water TV, dirty water TV, dirty water TV. All over Boston you'll see dirty water TV. Wherever you wanna be, dirty water. Boston, you're my
It's
city.
going worldwide. Dirty water.
I love that dirty water TV.
Love that dirty water TV.
I love that dirty water.
Dirty water TV, dirty water. Boston, you're my city.
I love that dirty water TV. I really do.
The best.
Welcome to Dirty Water TV. I'm Chrissy T. I'm excited about this one because we are in my hometown of Portland, Maine, and we're right outside the Shipyard Tasting Room. Now, we're going to hand it over to Fred, and he's going to show us what it's all about.
Hi, it's an amazing day in Portland, Maine, and we're at the site of Shipyard Brewing Company. We've been here for over 30 years and recently just finished our new retail store and tasting room. So excited to share it with you. This is the entrance for the store, and up above is the entrance for the tasting room. And it's at 27 Hancock Street in Portland, Maine. So here we go. We sell all our packaged beer to go, as well as growlers in the future. I'm here with Neelan, and she heads up our retail, the creative side, as well as running and operating the gift store. And what do we got coming for Pumpkinhead merchandise?
We have some really fun Pumpkinhead fleeces that are really vibrant that we're going to be bringing back this year, and then just some nice t-shirts and hoodies and some tin tackers, which will be fun.
We're walking into the tasting room, which we're serving now all our drafts that we create, as well as 2 cocktails made with ice pick, lemonade and cranberry. And in addition to that, we have wine on draft in the tasting room for people that not beer lovers and they want to sample a wine. We've got Annika serving up and giving world-class experiences at the bar. And she, how long have you worked with us?
I've worked here almost exactly a year. Started last Pumpkinhead season. The people here are awesome. It feels just like a family. It's awesome. Best work environment.
How do you like working at Shipyard?
I love it, get to meet new people that come in from all across the country and learn their story and where they're from, and I get to, give them the pleasure and explain to them our beer and our history, and it's a great time.
So this is our second bar and tasting room, serving pretty much the same products that we have at the front bar, and you'll see that we serve our Nitro, basically our American Pale Ale Nitro. It's also very well received in the UK, and then it's amazing how this is taking off. We have our world famous Blue Paw Blueberry beer, and we're launching right now Pumpkinhead. Here we are walking through the tasting room, and we're serving pizzas.
I'm gonna make a margarita. And then a Greek salad.
Here's the finished product, our amazing Greek salad and our pizza. Zach, our chef, has done a great job for food as well as amazing beer. Let me show you the rest of the tasting room. We've got space to be able to handle large groups, actually up over 100 easily. Get a lot of bachelorette parties, a lot of bachelor parties, a lot of family reunions. We encourage kids to come. As you can see, we're ready for any age group. You're gonna meet Robert Cochran, who's designed our space, created this wall. People love taking a picture with their families and friends of the Portland sign, and then our different logos and artwork through the years. Bluefin Stout, which is over 33 years old, an old thumper from Ringwood, England. We're still brewing that. We'll be brewing it. Federal Jack's Deep Devil's another one of our brands. Obviously, the world famous Summer Ale Lobster, designed by Kenny Hendrickson. He created the Pumpkinhead logo. And of course, Shipyard Export Ale, the original and first beer we've done, is still tasting as good and flavorful as it ever has. And then one of my favorites, Monkey Fist IPA. We have continually going on a video tour that you can watch. It'll take you through the brewery experience and Shipyard's history. And Robert, I just want to take a minute and say hi to you and thank you. We just saw your beautiful work with all you've done to make the tasting room world class.
We have a lot of companies, every company has a brand, whether it's digital design or graphic design or video content. We kind of keep our eyes on all of it.
Thank you for being part of this show, Robert. And now we're going to take a look at this amazing video of our history.
Welcome to the Shipyard Brewing Company, where for over 30 years we have been brewing award-winning ales in the English tradition. With our roots based firmly here in Maine, we have grown to become not just a national brand, but a global one. Shipyard Brewing Company's history extends back to 1992, when it all began at Federal Jack's Brew Pub in Kennebunkport, Maine. From this neighborhood brew pub, Shipyard Brews quickly took on a life of their own, and within 2 years, the brewery expanded to Portland, where Shipyard's new brewery was built on the historic site where American poet Henry Wadsworth Longfellow was born in 1807. More than 30 years later, maintaining the integrity of Maine craftsmanship and building our beers with great passion is as important to us as it was when we first began. Our beers are based on recipes developed by master brewer Alan Pugsley, one of the most influential people in the craft brewing industry. Originally from England, Alan brought the world-renowned Peter Austin brewing system to the United States in the mid-1980s. Peter Austin founded Ringwood Brewery in Hampshire, England, and that is where Alan got his start. Our ales are brewed one batch at a time using 4 main ingredients: malted barley, hops, water, and yeast. Malted barley gives beer its flavor and color. Hops give beer its bitterness and aroma. Water is the foundation of beer, and we use only the purest of water for our brews. The 4th main ingredient is yeast, which converts sugar from the malt into alcohol and CO2. Originating from a traditional London brewery, our yeast has a wonderful malt and hop profile. It is a true top cropping strain with a fruity, very light, and softly balanced palate, and this strain will finish slightly sweet. These are ingredients that can be found in almost every beer, but it's the way we at Shipyard combine the malted barley, hops, water, and yeast that makes our ales unique. Widely distributed across the U.S., Shipyard has been enjoyed through all the seasons by people from Maine to California, and as we grow in Europe and around the world, from London to Sydney. Our flavorful year-round selections and seasonal ales are available near you. To find out where, visit our website at shipyard.com.
I just want to say thank you to our staff, our crew, all our customers, all the people that have supported us over the years, the city of Portland, to the state of Maine, to all the people around the world that have drunk and supported Shipyard. Thank you for over 30 years of drinking with us, working with us, and supporting us. Cheers. Here's to 30 more.
That's tonight's Big Ticket, brought to you by Hicks Tickets. Here's what else is going on around town.
Hi, I'm Higgs, so call me, get tickets, and be part of the action.
Up next, we are off to Kennebunk and the world-famous Federal Jack's Restaurant and Brew Pub. And later, we'll hit some of Portland's legendary watering holes. That's all when Dirty Water TV returns. Welcome back to Dirty Water TV. Yep, he's got the right vibe. I'm Chrissy T. We are down in Portland, Maine right now. And I got a question for you, Pumpkin Pete. Should we go to Kennebunkport after this? He says yes. Is Pumpkinhead out yet? He says yes. Should we go to Kennebunkport and Tate Town and go find out for ourselves? Perfect. Let's head on out to the cute little town of Kennebunkport.
Here we are at 8 Western Avenue in Kennebunk, Maine, which is on Kennebunkport Harbor. It's the birthplace of Shipyard Brewing, where Federal Jack's is, and where 8 Western Ave created Shipyard Shops back in 1990. Then we created the brewery in 92. But you'll see we have amazing shops.
The Shipyard Shops consist of Deborah Randall Art Gallery.
She's at home painting in her studio, and I'm in the gallery, and I get to see her new paintings, and I get to talk to people about art. And as you can see, she's magnificent with clouds and waters and waves.
The Deep Blue Gift Shop. Well, we're here at the Deep Blue with Joanne, who is the...
I am the owner's mom, so I help out a couple days a week.
Oh, and did you just love it in the family? And so you were like, I'm gonna go in there.
Absolutely. I'm an artist myself. I do some of the watercolor work here, so it really interested me when he said, Mom, you want to work a couple days? I said, yes, for sure.
In Rococo Dessert Bar and Ice Cream Shop.
This is a spin-off of our classic scoop shop that's been in Kennebunkport since 2012. Here we take the same ice cream and we feature it in elevated dessert dining experiences with fun cocktails, milkshakes, floats. We do affogatos here. We have a really great bar program and really wonderful desserts.
And the Kennebunk Brewing Company. In 1992, entrepreneur Fred Forsley and master brewer Alan Pugsley, they established the Kennebunkport Brewing Company along with Federal Jacks. Word of their name ails quickly throughout Maine. Demand quickly outpaced their size, and in 1994, Shipyard Brewing Company was built in Portland, Maine. Today, the brewing at Kennebunk Brewing Company and Federal Jacks has been passed down a generation to Ben. They call him Fitzy Fitzgerald.
I've been learning to brew under some of the other masters that we have up at Shipyard, because this is Shipyard spurred off of Kennebunkport Brewing Company. This was the birthplace, one of the first breweries in Maine, so it's super exciting to get it going back down here again. We've taken a few years off without a brewer, and yeah, now we just did our first official brew. So we did Taint Town, one of our flagship ales down here in Kennebunkport, what all the locals have been asking for. It's a nice medium-bodied ale with a good, clean finish. We have a 7-barrel system, so we just did our first 7 barrels of it, and it'll be ready to drink another 5 or 6 days. We'll have it on the taps upstairs.
This is my nephew, Ben, and he's getting involved in brewing, learning to brew. We've been here 33 years. He grew up here. It's time for the next generation to get involved, and that's him.
All right, well, now that we found out all about behind the scenes and how the beer gets brewed, I'm gonna go do the girl thing and go shopping. Let's go.
Huge selection of t-shirts. Kind of a good story to tell is the Taint Town, the pale ale that we just brewed the other day was our first brew, starting back at Kennebunkport Brewing Company. We got that name, it was one of our original beers here, and we got that name. We're right on the river here in between Kennebunk and Kennebunkport. The locals used to call it kind of Lower Village, but the real locals called it Taint Town. So that's where we came up with the name Taint Town Pale Ale, because of Taint Kennebunk and the Taint Kennebunkport. And we're right in the middle, so. That's how we got that, but yeah, down here in the gift shop, all kinds of great things, a lot of nautical gifts and different things like that, and a lot of stuff just supporting the brewery.
After shopping at the KBC gift shop, it was time to hit the world-famous Federal Jacks restaurant and brew pub. It's one of Maine's first brew pubs, Federal Jacks. The popular restaurant and pub is also the birthplace of Shipyard Brewing Company's award-winning line of handcrafted ales.
It is the birthplace of Shipyard, literally right below our feet, and we're brewing beer down there today as we speak. So it's a huge honor, and it's we take great responsibility in being a part of the community and representing Shipyard and Federal Jacks and everything that stands for.
Speaking of beer, you have a new one.
Yeah, so we have the American Pale Ale Nitro, which is a golden nitro, so it's really like a golden stout. We just got that here, well, in the States recently, but here at Feds about 2 months ago, and the guests love it. It's been a big hit so far, and it's flying out of the bar, so it's great.
Right. I'm gonna be a bartender. All right, you hold the mic.
All right.
Tell me all about the Mug Club while I pour.
All right. So yeah, here at Federal Jacks, we've got a 300-member Mug Club. We've got about 80 names on our wait list as well. With that, we do 2 large Mug Club socials a year. Complimentary food, entertainment, giveaways, raffles. We have a Mug Club Monday where we do discounted prices with double points. There's discounts on our menu every day for the Mug Club members, and they're a huge part of the community here at Federal Jacks, specifically with our regular guests in the off season. Wow, you should be a bartender.
That
nice
was
work.
good.
That's very good.
Actually, I was a bartender for a long time.
There you go. Yeah, so the Mug Club's a huge part of what we do and who we are, and we love those guys, and we're glad to have them.
A lot of people talk about how did you create the name Shipyard, or where was it from? Originally, the Shipyard shops were called Riverview shops.
Okay, what does that mean?
Nothing. I was fortunate enough to meet an artist named Ken Hendrickson. He came up with the design of that, which the original...
And that's what we see behind us right now.
Well, not only that, but the original 22-ounce bottle that we did in Kennebunk at KBC below was a picture of this sign, what ultimately became Shipyard Export Ale. This was the original inspiration for the Shipyard logo. And the photograph over here, Ken Hendrickson did a replica of a ship being launched, and at the time put a number of the patrons that used to come to Federal Jacks, and some of them still do. This is a community pub, and one thing that makes beer special is community. Love of beer, love of community,
love of beer, yeah.
Love of family. So. Cheers.
It's great, thank you.
Thank you.
I think we have one of the best lobster rolls in town.
Say that louder for the people in the back.
One of the best lobster rolls in town.
Welcome back to Dirty Water TV. I'm Chrissy T, and we are in my homeland of Portland, Maine. Love this town. It's absolutely gorgeous. And we're about to go check out the legendary, historical Boone's Restaurant. It's the home of the original baked stuffed Maine lobster. Boone's Fish House and Oyster Bar is a Maine landmark that's been serving locals and tourists since 1898.
We really enjoy our space, and I think that for having 2 decks on the water and maintaining that feel of the wharf really kind of brings it all together. So 1898, Boone's was established right here in this location with a small gap in between. We reopened it back in 2013 as Boone's and continue that tradition today.
Executive Chef Sean White has captivated locals and tourists with his unique menu.
We have our bouillabaisse with mussels, clams, scallops, and shrimp. And we have our grilled Atlantic salmon on bomba rice with grilled zucchini, yellow squash. That's our scallop dish. It's a pan-seared scallop with U10 large scallops. I have it on a Okinawa yam with coconut milk, basil chive oil. That's a very, very popular dish too. The lobster roll is our fresh picked lobster, chocked full of 5-6 ounces of lobster meat, lemon, aioli. I think we have one of the best lobster rolls in town.
Say that louder for the people in the back.
One of the best lobster rolls in town.
Boone's has 2 spacious decks overlooking Portland Harbor and 2 full bars with 2 expansive dining rooms. With ice-pick vodka and Shipyard beer on tap, it's the perfect place to relax and watch the boat sail in. Now we're going to send it inside to go see Fred Forsley and a couple of special guests.
Chrissy, not sure where we are. We just walked into Boone's and I run into 2 very good old friends and good friends. Jim?
Hey, it's nice to see you here.
How's this happen? You know, Portland's my town. How'd you show up here? I think you discovered.
I came under disguise.
You gave us the keys, Fred. You gave us the keys to your kingdom.
And our good friend Sam. And the reason why the beer business is so special is because of the people. And these 2 are the original OGs that have been friends for close to 30 years. And you actually, Sam actually brewed.
I apprenticed in his and Alan's world, right?
Learned to brew at Federal Jackson KBC, which we just were at with Chrissy and the crew. And I want to say, sincerely, you guys are the best in the industry, truly. Really, people who get the beer business. Yeah, all right, and I thank.
He started at the top, and it's been downhill ever since.
Yeah, exactly.
What's your earliest memory with Fred? You got one, Jim?
Yeah, he showed up out of nowhere and pissed David Geary off more than I've ever seen. I was like, who is this guy, David? I'm going to kill him.
Well, David was pissed about everybody, but we loved him. He was a good man. He was good to us. So I just want to say, enjoy Portland. Great seeing you guys.
Thank you for everything you've contributed to New England's brewing scene, Fred. So cheers to you guys.
Cheers. Cheers.
You're an OG too.
Thank you.
Cheers.
All right, guys, we had a wonderful time here at Boone's, and now we're going to send it over to one of my favorite watering holes, $3 Dewey's. The name of the game is classic pub vibes with elevated food. Welcome to $3 Dewey's, voted best pub in Portland.
It's a fun spot, voted #1 pub in Portland by the people, you know. It's home to a lot of us. We make all the food here, and, you know, we got all the draft lines and all that stuff, but it's really the people and the vibe, you know. It's a lot of fun.
And as Portland's original ale house, this historic bar has played a pivotal role in shaping the craft beer scene in the region. In many ways, $3 Dewey's, it was the spark that ignited the craft beer revolution in Maine.
Back in the old fisherman days, when the schooners would roll up to the docks out here, this was a brothel.
They got frisky. They got frisky.
This was a brothel. So everybody asks what Dewey's is about, you know.
Should we tell them?
You know, yeah, I think we should. I mean, it's just the truth burns a little sometimes, you know. So, you know, it's $1 looky, $2 touchy, $3 Dewey. So,
what's a Dewey?
I think we'll leave that for people to figure out.
We'll leave that up to the imagination. With its captivating history, its vast selection of brews, which of course includes Shipyard, and welcoming atmosphere, $3 Dewey's really has rightfully earned its place as a must-visit destination. I had such a good time at $3 Dewey's. I got to reminisce with old friends, including Thorne Dickinson, who is now the proud owner of the Studio Portland.
It's an incredible space within a wonderful city of Portland for artists to develop their careers, and also to get people in Maine out hearing live music to see these wonderful talents develop.
Welcome to the Studio Portland, Maine's premier commercial recording studio in the heart of Portland's vibrant arts district. The Studio Portland is a dynamic creative space offering recording and production services, artist development opportunities, professional audio production training programs, and master classes.
Artists come in, they record live in front of a group in our studio, and then they use that video and audio to launch their careers, to help them develop.
On this day, our good friend Joe Christopher, the Renaissance man of Maine, was laying down some new tracks off his new album. Check this out.
Drinking, I love drinking. And I drink every morning, I drink every night. I drink when I'm loving, and I drink when I fight. Drinking for weeks, I've been drinking for years. Drinking cheap vodka, and drinking flat beers. Drinking, I love drinking.
Up next, I'll wrap things up from Portland, Maine. That's when Dirty Water TV returns. Welcome back to Dirty Water TV. I'm Chrissy T. We're wrapping things up here in my hometown of Portland, Maine, where you truly can't help but have a fun time. So huge shout out to Fred Forsley, who made it all possible, showed us the ins and outs of all the restaurants. And remember, we might be logging off, but you gotta log on to dirtywatermedia.com. And we have a saying here, you might know this, the weekend might be over, but the party never ends on Dirty Water TV. Bye.
Do you get jealous of all these other beers, or is it not at all? Why? You know why? Because you're global. You sell everywhere. The other beers are jealous of you. Cheers to you, Pete. We love you, brother.